it's Chloe.
And Dani.
And welcome back to another episode of Trannytot.
Hot dish.
So today we're going to be talking about something pretty serious. Something we both think is important.
Needs to be talked about.
And needs to be talked about. So, without further ado, here we go. Something that I know I've been seeing a lot of articles being posted about lately has been trans-attracted men. And how dating a trans woman simply is not enough.
What do you mean not enough?
By not enough, I mean that just by simply dating a trans woman, like, that doesn't mean that you're doing everything to make that woman's life better. What needs to happen is men who are attracted to trans women need to tell people that they're attracted to trans women.
So you mean more forthrightness on the guy's part with saying that he is A, attracted to trans women, because we are women after all, and B, just being, like you said, upfront, and, like I said, forthright about, that you're dating a trans woman, that you are involved with a trans woman, that you're attracted to trans women.
Because part of the violence and stigma against trans women is that, one, they're sex workers, or they're seen as a fetish in society, so they're taboo. Right. So often people categorize trans women or trans people as not lovable, because who can love a prostitute? Who can love, these kind of dark alleyway people? But in all reality, if you talk about how you love a trans person and how you live your everyday life with that person, it makes people understand that trans people are lovable. And that, I think, is the key thing that needs to happen. People need to understand that trans women, trans men are lovable. And then by, sharing your story, which is what I believe is the easiest way to make stigma or, negative feelings go away, is just by sharing your story.
Because I feel like, yes, we do have a big story to share with the world that can impact change, but I feel like the men who date us also have an equally strong role in evoking change. If
not more so.
Yeah.
Because they're men. Men have always had more power. And even though that's something we're fighting for, always women's rights, feminism, but, men historically have always had more power, so we need them to help us. We can't do this by ourselves.
We need your help.
We need your help.
Date us. We're lovable too.
But I had recently posted 2 articles about, I think they both were from the Huffington Post Online. One was called Stop Shaming Trans-Attracted Men.
Yes.
And the other one was, I don't remember the title, but it was something along the lines of, like, trans-attracted men need to start doing, like, come out.
What I recently heard? Oh my god. I don't know if you've heard this, but Jamie Clayton, right?
No.
She's a trans woman, and she's an actress. She was in...
Is she in Sense8?
Yes. Okay. And she was originally in a VH1 TV series a couple years ago called Transform Me. So, there's rumors that she is dating Keanu Reeves.
And that would be monumental. If Keanu Reeves came out and said, I'm dating a trans woman, I am in love with a trans woman.
And back the fuck off.
And she's my girlfriend, and, like, that's all you need to know.
And what she formerly was does not matter, because I love her
because
soul.
She's always been herself.
I love her spirit.
Exactly. And so, I mean, stuff like that just needs to happen.
Yes.
So, I had recently posted those articles, and my boyfriend read them, and that prompted him to come out.
Yay!
As a trans-attracted man. And He'd always loved me. He had always been very affectionate, but he'd never, like, introduced me to friends. Like, he told people, like, I have a girlfriend, her name is Chloe, but he never said she's trans.
By the way, she's trans.
By the way, she's trans. And, I mean, it's not something you just, like, bring up, but it's important. And he had read those articles, and he's like, I didn't understand what me not talking about you being trans and how I love you was doing or not doing. He's like, it makes me feel bad because by like me telling people, it's making that many more people know of a trans person's story. And that's like...
And I think from a dating perspective, like, when you start out, like, transitioning and going through the process, like, you have so many obstacles that you're overcoming.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you start feeling comfortable enough to be out in the dating world, it's, like, so reassuring when you come across a partner who is okay with saying to people, I date a trans woman,
mm-hmm.
or introducing you to family, or introducing you to friends, or even coworkers. And just recently, like, an ex of mine, Beardo,
mm-hmm.
Charles, messaged me and thanked me for the experience that we had because it made him more comfortable with admitting to himself that he is a trans-attracted man.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, you know, during our relationship, like, I got to know his co-workers, and they knew my deal, like, and so, I mean, the relationship didn't work out, but, you know, something good, something positive came out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was able to give him, like, an introspective moment to where he was like, yeah, I like trans women, so what?
Exactly, and that's what needs to change. That's what men, trans-attracted men, need to start doing. If you think about it, think about how trans women, like, are portrayed in the media, besides Laverne Cox, besides, you know, all of the upcoming, like, Janet Mock, and I forgot... Caitlyn Jenner, and the one you just mentioned.
Oh, gosh. I forgot her name.
Anyway, Jamie
Clayton. Yes.
Jamie Clayton.
Sorry, girl.
But, like, if you think,
day.
like, previously, within the last maybe 10 years, think about what you've seen of trans women in popular media.
You would only see them on Jerry
Springer
when I was
or
growing up.
E! News. Recently, it was Tyga. Tyga, a rapper, was having an affair with a trans woman, and all you hear, or in, what's her name? Kendra Wilk, the Playboy model, or ex-Playboy model. Her husband is like an NFL player, and he had an affair with a trans woman. And all I kept on hearing, I watch E! News, and this is what we were talking about.
Was shaming the man and also questioning the identity of the trans woman.
But they completely depersonalized the trans woman, the women that these men had interactions with, because what happened was they were saying, like, he cheated on her with a transsexual, and the transsexual said this, and the transsexual said this. They never said the woman, the transsexual woman. They never said her name. They always referred to her as, like, the transsexual, like, the other. And, like, that's how we as a community have been represented in the media, and that needs to change. So, trans-attracted men, come out. Tell your stories about the trans women or trans men or you love. Because we are lovable, trans people are beautiful, and we need help to make life easier for us.
Amen.
Amen.
And easier for you.
And easier for you. Stop being ashamed of being attracted to trans people. It happens.
Help us, and by helping us, help yourself.
Can I get an amen?
To a trans buffet.
What?
You know, I do think, like, in the past 10 years, the trans movement has moved exponentially, like, super duper fast. Like, people are talking about it because of Caitlyn Jenner, Janet Mock, Laverne Cox, Jamie Clayton. all of these, you know, really famous trans women that are just like, I'm trans, so what? And, you know, they're actresses and they're gorgeous women, so they're bound to be like dating men. So, like, it's gonna eventually just become a non-issue.
And it shouldn't be.
Yeah. And I hope it happens sooner than later.
Yeah. But, I mean, we have so much more to go.
Yeah.
You know, violence is committed against trans people every day.
Already there's...
And the tally's up to 17.
18. There's another one that just, in the news, that was murdered. And it's because these women are lured in by these men who are just wanting sex, and they want to just be loved, and then they find out that they were trans, and then they kill them because the men freak out.
Because it makes them question their sexuality, their masculinity, and that's what needs to change. If men talk to men about being attracted to trans women and saying, I am still a man, she is a woman, I'm still masculine in my own way, she is feminine in her own way, by having sex with her and having a relationship with her, I am not any less of a man than you are, then we'll get the ball rolling.
At the end of the day, it's a masculine spirit attracted to a feminine spirit.
Amen. Well, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any thoughts or comments on this topic, please leave them down below. As always, I will leave Dani's information down in the info box. And we love you guys.
Bye. Bye.